Yeah, it's a way.
Is it a way to get that them black bars off the side?
Yeah, I'm about to say, put it right over there.
Or that's just how your phone?
I think that's just how the phone.
I see some phones. I'll be watching another video doing that.
No, maybe worse. There it goes.
Yeah.
All right, check the audio. See how that's doing.
You say one Isaiah?
Isaiah 19. Shalom, shalom.
One Isaiah.
Isaiah 19.
That's your phone?
Yep. Shalom, shalom.
Yeah, it's working.
Good.
Yep.
All right, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar,
Wadash.
I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders, the great millstone, who taught us the truth, and say peace, mercy, and blessings unto all the hopeful elect. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and that means he exists, that he's to be. The true name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, and that means he is the deliverer. We are the Hebrew Israelites, right? And there's 12 tribes that consist of our nation. Today we're being so-called Black, African American, Native American, Seminole, Indian, Latin, Hispanic, all right, but we're the Israelites, all right, and the self-proclaimed white man, he's not white, he's red, he's actually Esau, Edom, and according to Bible prophecy, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed, all right, and we are in the house today because, you know, said the weather is crazy out there, you know, but, hey, Lord willing, this is edifying, we're just going to, you know, go right in.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon the swift cloud.
Right, and it says a swift cloud. It's actually talking about a chariot, or what the world will call a UFO. All right, and there's a set time when the Lord is going to return, but the Lord did give his men signs of when he could, of when he would return. We get Matthew 24 further. Read that again, Ira.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon the swift cloud.
When you look up that word burden in the blue letter, it goes into the prophecy. So the prophecy about Egypt is that the Lord is going to come back and ultimately destroy this place and plague it. And Egypt is actually code word for this place, the good old US of A. You know, we got to speak in code because, you know, Esau cut the channel. You know, we're in the time of speaking in code. But if you know, you know. You know, the modern day Egypt is this place we're in now. The modern day Egyptians is Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed white man. You know? Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt.
Right, so that's another reason why you're seeing an increase in so-called UFOs, right? And that's a huge reason why Esau created a space force, because Esau knows what's up. Let me just quick Google.
Even back when I was reading the Maccabees the other day, Second Maccabees, I think it was the 10th or 11th chapter, about when the chariots came down and they was attacking the castle and they was shooting. I was like, yo! Now that's when they was helping us, and it was in the right spirit with the Heavenly Father. The Lord was sending angels down to come, aid us in battle.
Right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying?
To interfere.
Yep.
So this is what December 20th, 2019. And this is when Trump, this was during his first term, they created the U.S. Space Force. And then what happened after that? The whole, 2020 mask mandate thing, right? So there ain't no coincidence, right? So this thing is being set up for what? The war in heaven. It's about to go down, man. This is exciting times. You see the shit that's happening in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's getting ready to pop off nationwide, right? There's protests over there in Iran, and guess what they're doing to those protests? They're deleting them, right? Thousands have been deleted. You know, Esau always lies about the numbers. You know, you got Trump trying to go in Greenland, and people of Greenland, they made a video mocking this place, you know, of you know, pretty much saying that the Americans are nothing but drug addicts on fentanyl.
True.
You got something called a fentanyl, when a person on fentanyl, they just be leaning over. But they made a video about that mocking this place, you know, so Esau, he's greatly despised. What?
Verse 2. No, wait. And it, in Egypt, and the idols in Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the hearts of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Right, because all Esau, all his plans is going to fail. And that's why it says in Job, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Because Esau has you know, he think he's going to fulfill this new world order. This is what this is all about. He has something on the books called what? Ordo ab chaos, where he creates a condition for chaos to happen, but then he's going to come through with his form of order, which is going to be the new world order, all right, digital technocracy, where the new form of currency is going to be the microchip. And if you buck up or you get out of the line, they just cut your chip off. You know, digital prison.
And I will set the Egyptians against Egyptians.
So that's exactly what's happening right now. And Trump is a huge catalyst for that, for Egyptian being set against Egyptian, right?
And they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
In America, you have what? You have division at every level. You know, so-called liberal whites, Republican whites. You have whites that are Aryan Brotherhood. You know, you have whites that are Ku Klux Klan. So you have some, and I say whites, I mean Esau. You have some Edomites, they actually like Jake, you know, to where they're going to try to side and protect Jake when this shit go down. You know, you have some Jakes that's going to go against the government. It says there shall be sedition among men, you know.
And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
So they're going to be put against each other. That's happening right now. If you look at a map, let me just bring this up. If you look at the red states and the blue states in this country, you know, you can see how divided this place is. You know, you have something called red states and blue states. The majority of the South is red states. You got Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. You know, then a lot of blue states is what? Wyoming, LA, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New York, all right, Connecticut, you know, Delaware, a lot of those. So this whole place is completely divided. So it's only a matter of time before that war pops off, you know. Go ahead.
And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
So you don't have literal city against city. It says in Esdras, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, you know. And what Trump is doing now is he's having National Guard from red states go into blue states, but then the National Guard that's already in that blue state, it's just a bunch of confusion, you know. So just like right now in Minneapolis, you got the police going against ICE. You got the National Guard of that state going against ICE, but they're bringing in other National Guard to go, you know. So Esau is completely done, man.
And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
So the Lord's gonna make them fight each other, you know. And I got something. This is Matthew 12 and verse 25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So that's what's happening, you know. And your dollar is worthless. A lot of these nations, they're backing off the dollar because it's worthless. It's not backed by anything, you know, which is why Trump had to go into Venezuela to get that oil. He wants to go in Greenland for those resources, but these other nations, they're not having it, you know.
And the Egyptians will I give over into the hands of a cruel lord.
Right, and that cruel lord is, you know, they call him the orange dictator.
I'm sorry, I skipped something.
Oh, go ahead.
And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to idols and to their charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits to the wizards. And
Well, that's what Esau's doing right now. You know, a lot of people that go missing, their children, etc. What do you think they're doing with them? You know, they're sacrificing them for power. You have the Bohemian Grove. You know,
Epstein Island.
exactly. You have a lot of rituals and satanic things that are going on. All right, because that's Esau's God. Ultimately, they worship Satan. You know.
And the Egyptians will I give over into the hands of a cruel Lord.
Yeah, but they said, make America great again. So they thought that they was going to get somebody in office that was for the people, that was going to make this place great again. But the Lord actually got them, the Lord actually gave them a cruel Lord. So now look, now the cost of your food is higher than it's ever been. The cost of rent is higher than it's ever been. This is why a lot of people are hitting social media complaining because you can barely live here. So what? So you have something called what? Passport bros, reverse migration. Pretty much a lot of people is planning on leaving this place if they haven't left already, you know?
And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Verse 5, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks
Go ahead.
of defense. Oh, that's going into the jobs, you know what I'm saying? Everything's closing down, man. There ain't gonna be no work for Egypt, you know. This place is shutting down left and right, you know. So that's why, you know, people out here, like you said, is there gonna be an uprising, people leaving to go to other places. I know, like last year, I know those people was already going to like Europe, like European countries. Even old Jake women was leaving, going to different places and moving to like places like over Europe, like not Ukraine, but like some of them European countries and stuff that's easy to live, and you know what I'm saying, like the brother was saying he moved to Thailand. He said, man, Vietnam. He said, I ain't coming back, man. I ain't coming back.
Why would you?
Yep, you know what I'm saying?
You know, the food is actually real fresh food, you know, and you know the air.
Cause even the hip hop industry is drying out. I heard Jadakiss said we live check to check. That's why a lot of them doing podcasts now. You know what I'm saying? Because the rap game ain't making the money like they used to, man. That's why a lot of them doing a lot of tours, because that's where they get most of their money, doing tours than album sales.
And their residuals.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Esau don't need them anymore.
Yep.
Esau don't need you anymore. So they pretty much sold themselves for nothing, like the scriptures say.
Yep. And the water shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted, dried up, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be empty and dried up, the reeds, the flags.
And what says in that second address, the Lord shall smite Egypt with plagues as before. And this was it's talking about. The Lord pretty much destroyed their livelihood, their economy, took their firstborn, plagued them, sent them with darkness. All right, with the storm we're having now, there's warnings of power outages. You know.
That's crazy because I think last one was snow. You know how like when you be brushing off your car, you got snow on your window, and you know how you put your window down, and the snow fall in your car.
Yeah.
Now, I came back out. I went to work. And I came back. That snow felt fake. It wasn't even melted.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I said, why the snow ain't melting? It felt like it didn't feel like real snow.
Yeah.
It felt warm.
Yeah.
And then it was still like snow. I was
Yeah,
like, why this shit feel warm? It's not even melted.
But you remember, I think it was last year sometime, remember that mysterious fog?
Yeah.
That was floating through the country?
Yeah.
And people was actually getting sick from the hell in it, but they said the feel and touch of it, it wasn't like, it was like some type of material, like plastic or something crazy. So Esau is definitely a madman in the works of creating pestilences, you know what I'm saying? Natural disasters, if you will.
Then you think about the chemtrails they're dropping on, they're dropping on us. That's just mixing in with the snow and coming down, because even at work, the plow trucks, they come through, they make big ass piles of snow, but then you have, like, Rochester, this weather here is fucked up, it's bipolar. So, like a few days ago, it was just sunny, nice, you'd have thought it was like fall weather, but now it's cold as hell, about to get like 12 inches of snow. But those big ass piles of ice, they did not melt.
Right.
So that can't be real snow.
Well, it's funny you said that because I was watching that video. I think you may have sent it to the chat about Dabu 7.
Yeah.
He was talking about this being one of the most dangerous and deadly snowstorms. One of his and someone in his comment board has said something about the chemtrails. They said, yeah, these chemtrails they dumping on us is heavy. So that makes sense.
And then,
You know
oh,
what
what
I'm
you
saying?
just had the super FLU. You know, a lot of people were getting sick at the job. A lot of people calling out sick and shit because they got the
Yeah.
flu. You know, and they're saying it's the most aggressive flu they've seen in years. And that shit, a lot of people was down for weeks. You have people that are still sick. So all that's tying in from his fucking diabolical, mad scientist shit that he's doing.
Master plan.
You know?
And if I could add real quick too, they were saying that it's kind of suspicious that all these storms is ending in 6. I think they said the major storm of 1996 was a snowstorm. 2006, if I'm not mistaken, 2016, and now 2026 is another crazy. So they're trying to get into the whole Illuminati, the six, and then they say when you do the sixes together, it means something God, and you know what I'm saying? It was something I was watching.
But that's Esau's witchcraft.
Witchcraft, basically.
You know, he deals with numerology.
Yeah.
You know.
I got something right here that just came on notification before I came here. It was called on my news feed. It said researchers issue a warning amid unpredictable spread of a dangerous disease will see so much variations, rising temperature and shifting weather already changing how diseases move around the world. But according to new global analysts, the way animal into human illness response to these changes is much more unpredictable than unexpected. Some diseases spread more easily in warmer conditions. Others show mix of opposite response depending on location and timing. Right? It said suddenly publishing proceeding of the National Academy of Science analyzing 218 studies from 65 countries is track how the temperature, rainfall, and humidity have affected 53 different illnesses.
And Esau knows these things because he studies. What say accomplice a diligent searcher.
Mm-hmm.
So he has scientists round the clock working. The CDC.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
called disease control.
Yeah.
You know, so Esau puts a lot of shit in the name, like the projects. Jake's living the projects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You do a project for what? Experimenting. And that's all America is a giant petri dish of the elites.
Yeah.
Doing a bunch of experiments, transhumanism,
Yeah.
experiment, transgenderism, experiment.
Well, ever since this man has gotten over here, that's what he's done. Like, if you go back to, like, Lois and Clark,
Yeah.
they went across the United States documenting what they saw, different land masses. This man can tell you whatever different species of avian is out there. He knows how many species of birds is out here. You know, different, worms,
Yep.
bugs. Like, he's documenting everything.
The
you know?
bees with the
bee-
pollen, you know, and the way the Lord set the bees up. If you take the bees out, which is what he's doing, then that could cause a severe famine.
The ecosystem.
You know, like that goes back to the beginning. You know, when Yahweh Shai and the elect, the Alahayim made it, they say it's good. But Esau, he wants to play him, you know, set himself as God and change shit around. And in doing so, he's actually destroying the earth.
Yeah.
So it's another reason he got to be taken out. You know, I got this. This is Revelation 11 and verse 18. It says, and the nations were angry. So even going into like the Moabites, you know, the Elamites, you know, the other ites,
Yeah.
they angry at this nigga.
Okay.
You know, even his own allies.
Yeah.
You know, they say, what, these shall hate the whore.
Yeah.
It says, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets. And that's going to be that penny spoken about in the parable, which that penny is symbolic of the kingdom. It's really, that penny represents everything you want. Because the Lord said he knows the desires of our heart, you know, and he said, I'm going to give you power over the nations, you know, a new body with the covenant where we're not going to be able to sin anymore. So we ain't going to ever be in the position where the other nations going to come against us, because we won't be able to sin. We're going to be perfect, you know. It says, and to the saints and to them that fear thy name, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, not Christ.
Right.
You have a lot of groups that, with everything that's going on, because I, you know, just been watching, and I don't like to watch a lot of other Israelite camps because they're cringe. You know, you go to the video, they're trying to sell you something, or it's the rap video.
The doctrine off.
It's bullshit.
Like, ooh, we butchered that.
But then when you just look at the video, the title, you can see that they're not prophesying. They're talking
Right.
about marriages and, you know, all type of weird stuff, man.
Yeah.
It says, and to the saints and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth, which is Esau. He's actually a disease. He's actually a cancer to the earth. You know? Go ahead.
In book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 7. And the paper reads, by the brooks, by the mouth.
Oh, hold on, I got something else to back this up. What it says, get Sirach 10 and start at 8.
Ten and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches, he got by deceit.
Right, injuries. That's how Esau got this place. Because it says, not but for the kill, steal, and destroy. And that's how he got this place, because he came so-called making pacts to deal with the natives, peace treaties, but then he turned around and break all of them and force them onto reservation camps. Then claim this land in his own, and then even with that, he doesn't just stay here. He goes conquering, murdering, raping, robbing, pillaging the other nations.
Yeah.
You know, he don't just stay. That's why I say he keep it not at home, which is why he's trying to go into Greenland. You know.
Well, can I add too, in correction to that, he wasn't just trying to push them on reservation. He was trying to extinct them. You know what I'm saying? He cut off their food sources by killing the buffaloes. It's just that the Lord made it to where what he said, I will make not an end in the flesh, but leave it up to Esau, there shall be no flesh left. You know what I mean? But the Lord is in control. Leave it up to Esau, he'd have killed them. He'd have killed our brothers.
So we'd have been wiped out.
Exactly. Jake, you know, I'm talking about, you know, so-called Negro, would have been killed during slavery if it was for if he didn't need us, to work the fields. But then he tried to ultimately kill us when he so-called set us free. It's like, I think it was an old recording of a slave talking about when they got let loose. And she was like, it was kind of like how you let a dog loose. You know what I'm saying? He just let us go and we ain't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know how to fend for ourselves.
A lot of them came back.
I see in one story is this, you know, this, I believe this lady and her family, you know, she said that we didn't even know that they
Let us
stopped.
free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have some cases where people didn't even know they were free. They were still being kept as slaves.
It
It's
was
only
one
that he's the damn devil.
Yeah, it was one I was just watching a couple months ago. These people was working the cotton fields in the year 1960 something.
Yeah, I seen that.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It was two older
Yep.
Jake ladies.
Yep, I seen
Jake Eves talking about it. It was like, yeah, my daddy was on, you know what I'm saying? The master was still, you know, delegating work with him, and me and my sister was working the field. They was crying. We didn't even know.
That's
You know?
crazy.
Like 1960 something.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Wow. How they not know? But
Cause Esau had a ass confined somewhere. You know,
He's a
because I
damn
do,
devil.
you know, I'm a delivery driver, so you know when I drive through these different rural areas,
yeah.
you know what kind of shit Esau could be doing to somebody. Like me and my sons was walking this trail one time, and I heard somebody screaming. It was in the middle of nowhere, but it was a house there.
Yeah.
And you know, naturally you'd be like, damn, you know, I should do something. You know, because you hear somebody screaming, but then you got to think about, like the book of Eli.
Yeah.
It's not.
Sure.
It's but I heard somebody
You know, people are still racist. It said, you know, people are still racist. It said that he had a perpetual hatred.
Hatred.
That means never ending. It said that he had a perpetual hatred.
Hatred.
That means never ending.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And it's not because of what year you in. It's his spirit.
Spirit.
He hates you, Jake.
Spirit,
You know
which
what I'm saying?
Habakkuk Cook said, the spirit that's is in him is not upright.
Exactly.
2/3 of Jake don't get that, man.
Right.
That's why they it's like you keep letting somebody around that keep shitting on you. You think you're going to change him. You're not going to change him.
Right.
He let you know that you're not going to change us, man. You know, they let you know that every day now, even more so now. When we at the end, they're showing you they're not going to change.
Right.
Good. We got. Yeah, brother.
And it says, let me see. I'll start at 8 again. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So that's what's happening. We're in the midst of this translation, and that's what the angel was telling Edris. He said when Jacob and Esau were born, his hand held the feet of Esau's heel.
Yep.
You know, and they called him Jacob, which means supplanter.
Mm-hmm.
But that's spiritual because the Lord's going to use, you know, Israelites with Yahushua, the line of the tribe of Judah, the top, you know, top angel to take down Esau.
And that's spiritual. How you said they got for he was able to rule for unrighteous dealings, man. Because the Rothschilds and the Gettysburgs and all of them for what the banking system and you know usury and you know trickery and they causing a lot of the wars. Even to the smaller scales, even when you go to California, West Coast, man, they cause a lot of them gang wars, and they put the guns and the drugs in the neighborhood so they can make capital off of it. Have them two fight each other, and then you know put the drugs out there, then arrest you, and put the drugs back out there again. And all that money's going to the militia as well.
But I just going to what I just read, unrighteous dealings,
and also
deal treacherously with Jake,
and also his loss.
Right.
Then when Jake started to get ahead, he changed the law.
Exactly. He'll move the chess piece.
He'll say, yeah, we're gonna give you spike up your pay, but then put the cost of living and things raise it up. So you
just
can
like
get ahead.
Just like the movie In Time. I don't know if y'all seen that. But I've been watching. It shows you the 15-minute cities. It shows you how Esau he operates. Like you want to get.
Why is earth and ashes proud? That's the earthly vessels.
Esau.
Clay, right?
Really talking about, well, it could be Jake too, you know, but really Esau, he got the spirit of pride because he didn't conquer the world.
Right.
He said he's more stout than his fellow.
Right.
You know?
You know, it's going into the potter and the clay. You know what I'm saying? Earthly, you know.
Meaning what? The Lord made him like that. You know?
And it says, there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such and one set of his own soul to sell.
What did Esau do? He sold his birthright. They say he despised it.
He despised it, damn devil.
But then he went in there crying, saying that, but he didn't tell his father Isaac that he sold it. But some food comes, so Isaac would have cussed his ass out.
Yeah, that part. Say that.
You know? But if he wouldn't have sold it to Jacob, he probably would have sold it to Ishmael, you know?
Type shit. Yeah. It's just the Lord was in control of who it was going to get sold to. You know what I mean? Ultimately, it was it was set up that way anyway. It's the Lord's book. It's his movie. And it reads, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. Right?
And that's why Esau, he tried to trap you up in contracts today. Because he's still mad about the birthright. So he gets Jakes to sell his soul, but then they're in something they can't get out. Because once they do try to get out, they awesome. We've seen that time and time again. You know, Michael Jackson, Prince, all of them. You know?
That's why you got this book was called The Master Plans.
Yeah, I saw that. I read a little bit of it.
And it was saying in that book.
Talking the Illuminati.
Yep. Yeah. And it was saying in that book, they trying to get their birthright back. They know that they the Edomites of the Bible, and they was able, you know, they tricked us out of our position to make us think that we just Africans and they the people of God. But at the same time, that's a contradiction because in that book it says they know they the Edomites. So how you the Israelites, but you know you come from Esau. Right. And this is about. It's not about skin color. It's all about that birthright. They want their birthright back. And in that book it tells you that.
Even Amalek, they top rabbis know. That's why they have a book called The 13th Tribe, which is them saying if we are a part of this nation, then they must be a 13th tribe, which there's not. You go to Revelation 7, it says 12,000 from each tribe, which that makes 144,000. It don't mention no 13 tribes.
Yeah,
You know.
sir. And it reads 10, verse 10, the physician cutteth off a long disease.
So that's Yahweh Shai. When we say cut off a long disease, that's what the Lord's coming back. The slain of the Lord shall be many. That long disease is Esau. You know,
Cancer of the earth.
tell you in Daniel that he had worn out the saints. So we're literally worn out here. You know, the way this flesh is set up, we're dying. You know, because the Lord, these bodies going back to Adam. You know, the judge. It says, I believe it says, the judgment over all flesh is to die. You know, until we get in the kingdom, then we're gonna be immortals. You know, but the longer we stay here, what I'm trying to say is that we're just dying, especially with the food, the chemtrails, working 40, 60 hours a week.
Yep.
He has set everything up to kill us faster. You know, so this man, he's really a disease that got to be cut off.
See, Hawashah made Esau to forward the curses. You know, I mean, he's forwarding the curses. He's activating the curse to make sure we don't get ahead. Make sure we dying off. Make sure we being sick. You know what I mean? And what you call it? Being tact in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so he's doing this job. That's what he was made for. He's like a AIDS virus, a human AIDS virus. You know, the Lord made him to be a virus against us. And the only antidote is Yahushua. He got the antidote to cure us by cut like you said. Read that again.
Verse 10, the physician cutteth off a long disease.
So Yahushua is that serum, that what you call it, the vaccine to cut off that long disease, which is Esau. You know, he's that virus. No other man is going to take this man down but Yahushua, right? So it ain't going to be Moab, it ain't going to be Russia or Ishmaelites or these Black Panther new movement. Shit around replays. What you said? He said shit around repair, shit around replays.
That's some bullshit. They got some information coming out how he used to be a blood, you know, just some.
Yeah, he a rapper.
It's infiltrated. You
yeah.
can tell, you can see that the shit is infiltrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Yahushua is that physician that's gonna cut that disease off, which is Esau.
And ain't no saving Esau. Our people always want to fucking save Esau. They don't understand, if you save Esau, you're going to be in the same predicament again. He's going to try to finesse his way, telling you that he's the people of the Most High and that you should be under him. You know?
Yeah, you crazy ass Jakes like it here, man. You like this devil ruling over you, man.
And people don't think, they think the Russians is different. They showed one of the Russian soldiers over there in Africa put a landmine. Now they supposed to be allies, right? And they showed the Russian dude put a landmine attached to the African soldier chest, and he had a gun on him, like telling him to go, like, you know, so he can whatever he's about to do with him and stuff like that. And I just go to show you, they all Edomites. They can't be trusted. All of them got the same spirit, you know. So okay, say like if Putin destroy America and China, he gonna turn on China and all these other countries. You know what I'm saying? He's the devil, man.
I'm about to say that. You know why? Because he's Satan.
That's their spirit.
Spirit.
Let's say Rev 6, they shall make war one with another. That's exactly what's happening. It's going to be inside this country, which is Egyptian against Egyptian, but then on a worldwide scale, which is nation against nation. Because Russia, those are Edomites too. You know, it's not like they're going to be up next to rule. No, all Esau is going to be put in slavery. The ones that don't die in the nukes or World War III, really the elites, they're going to be the first crop of slaves.
Well, either way it go, they're going to get cooked. Because what's going to happen in the book of Obadiah, we're going to gather them up and make a big-ass bonfire and say, "C'est la vie." You know, I got a precept, too. This is the book of Matthew 9 and 12, and it reads, "But when Yahushua heard that," you know, I can start it up, too. But this is the point I'm making. He said unto them that, "Behold, need not a physician, but they that are sick."
Right,
That's going into this.
Which goes into, wait, read that again? Start up.
This is the book of Matthew 9 and verse, let me go to 11.
Read 10. See what
10.
that says.
And it came to pass, as Yahushua sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? But when Yahushua heard that,
Right, because they felt they had the holier than thou spirit,
right,
you know, which that goes into, I think it's the parable of the man that, you know, he said, I pray every day, I fast this, I do this or that. And
right,
one man, he said, man, I came to lift my head up, you know, humility.
right,
Pretty much the lesson was going into humility,
come,
you know, but that's what the Lord wants.
right.
He's looking for humility, you know, that holier than thou spirit. It says that spirit puts a smoke in the Lord's nose.
Right.
Because you feel like you don't need the Lord, then it's like,
Yeah.
you pretty much lying to yourself. Because there's no way we can get out of this without divine intervention.
Yeah. I've been on the job actually, and actually it happened with Sam.
Mhm.
Sam was doing his own thing, and I'm in the office with the manager talking about it because he needed me to do something, and I was like, well, Sam said he's gonna do this, and then he was like, I don't give a fuck what Sam want to do, this and that, but he said, what am I here for?
Yeah.
He's the manager. He's
Yeah.
like, what am I here for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he just gonna do what he want to do, I need him to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, and it reads, and it reads about verse 12, but when Yahushua heard that, he said unto them, they that be whole need not a physician.
Right, so you feel like, you know, you got, and that also goes into the law too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our people, they want to push the law or the Old Testament Israelites, you know, that you understand you can't keep the laws perfectly here. The clothing we wear, the air we breathe. We don't have land.
Right.
There's so much to go into that.
And
you
what's
know?
that? The land equals wealth. And that goes into what Lot and Abraham, the way we stuffed in these projects in these inner cities, is not enough space for you to keep your mind straight without getting into it with your neighbor, because they doing some weird shit.
Yeah. Want to play music all loud.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Stomping and shit at the top of the fucking ceiling.
You hearing him, him popping his woman and
Type shit.
So this whole setup is off. It has to be destroyed.
Even the point where
Right.
You know? That's why that's why the Lord put us under grace.
And even the point where motherfuckers was standing in front of your house selling drugs and
Type
stuff.
shit. You gotta get out, argue with them.
Yeah.
You should know better. Nigga, I live here.
You got a damn trap house on the street.
Right.
You talking about fringes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, they that be whole need not a physician.
And that's those jakes who think, you know, well, where's your fringes?
Right,
You don't need a physician.
right, right.
You know?
Yeah. But they that are sick,
Right, and we're sick.
gone,
We're saying we fucked up. We need help.
gone.
And that's what the Lord's looking for.
And that's just I was just comparing, because as you said, Yahushua is the physician, which he shows here. He's coming to save us. He's coming to cut off Esau.
And that proves that Esau don't need a physician. What do you need a physician for?
Exactly.
We're
He's
the
the
ones
fucking
under.
disease.
We're the ones under the curses. The curses are being put on him because they're being taken on us. So they have to go somewhere.
Right.
But we're the ones that need salvation.
That goes back to that goes back to that with the pig.
I just thinking that, bro.
He called
Cast him out. Yeah, they had to go somewhere.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's saying that the curse is the actual spirit.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's the
spirit.
spirit.
Exactly.
Like if you
exactly.
watch a cartoon, you might see a character with like a dark rain cloud, and that shit follows them.
Yeah.
And they all depressed because that's a spirit that come on you. Like
Right.
one of the curses, you shall be smitten with madness.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the Jake in Islam, that motherfuckers are mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can't tell them shit.
Yeah. I got something I want to bring out a little later, but it goes into talking about Saul when he got mad at David. The Lord, it says the Lord put an evil spirit on Saul. You know what I'm saying?
Because why? Because he took the Holy Spirit away,
From him.
and the evil spirit. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Evil spirit replaced it.
So it's definitely an energy source that that dictates the, you know, how they would say the atmosphere. There's something going on in the atmosphere.
It's an algorithm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the balance,
Balance, yeah.
of good and what? Bad, righteous and evil. It has to be both working at the same time.
That's the duality of the Lord.
Duality, yeah.
And that's what traps a lot of Christians up, because they actually think that Satan and his angels are warring against the Lord, but really they're just following orders.
Right.
To the Lord. Real quick, get Isaiah 45, and I think it's what's that, 17 or 18? You read that to a Christian, they head might explode.
Right. Steam and shit.
You know,
oh my God.
because even in the world, you would think, well, you know, I had those thoughts, like, why, why all these bad things
stuff.
happening,
Babies dying.
stuff like that.
Right.
Then you know, you come to the knowledge, oh shit, that's the Lord wants these things to happen.
You said Isaiah 45?
I think it's 17.
Yeah, I got it. Isaiah 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord.
Oh no, that's not it. It's, I think it's in what's 15. I form the light, create darkness. Verse 7, 45 and 7.
45, 7. All right. I see, I got it. The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I the Lord, do all these things.
So that shows you right there.
How they read that, Christians read that, they don't, and they still don't get that. Like,
Right.
how you read that and you don't perceive that he controlling both sides. Man.
Well, because the Lord, what? He gives you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. They're lacking understanding.
Yeah.
You know, wisdom, you know, all of it. They're lacking it. Because the Lord, what? He, you know, he sealed up their ears.
Yep.
You know, the fat. They need eye salve.
Yeah.
Which this truth is the eye salve.
Right.
That's the funny part. But it says what? Men love darkness rather than light.
Right.
So they don't want to come to the light. They want to stay in darkness.
Right.
Got something?
Yeah. Hold on. Yep. That goes with right here. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 22, verse 23. Now there, behold, the Lord hath put a line. I'm gonna go start at the beginning. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 22, verse 22. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? Now, start up.
You might start like 16. That's a lot of.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot, yeah. Verse King chapter 20. Man.
Yeah, you might have to start way up.
Where's from line was that? So y'all can go ahead and talk from
Well, yeah, this is from the Guardian. It says this is what the F word looked like. F-ism. It says terror in Minneapolis reminiscent of a civil war. So that's the Egyptian against Egyptian right there. You know, wearing those times. It says wearing helmets, gas masks, and camouflage fatigues. The federal agents took action and prepared to open fire. It's like Call of Duty. One could be heard saying. So shit's going down in Minneapolis. And you can expect that to go nationwide, especially places like Massachusetts and New York, because those are blue states too, you know?
I got it. The book of 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 18. And the king of Israel said unto Josaphat, did not tell thee that he will prophesy no good concerning me, but evil? And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him.
That goes with the prayer. It says that thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And the heavens are in complete order. It's the earth that's out of order, you know?
On his right hand and on his left.
Which goes into the righteous angel, which was talking about Jacob's ladder. You know, it said ascending and descending. What were they doing? They were following orders. Like we read the book of Tobit, the angel Raphael was sent to heal. I believe he was sent to heal Tobias. I always get him mixed up. He was sent to heal the father because the father had, you know, vision problems. I think he had, you know, he went blind for a period of time.
Yeah.
So you have some angels that are sent for, you know, might be sent to heal or, you know, to guide you this way, protect you, you know.
Right.
And the Lord,
But then you have the wicked angels. They sent to, you know, fuck people up.
Rehab.
and the Lord said, "Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fought at Ramoth Gilead?" And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit stood before the Lord and said, "I will persuade him." And the Lord said unto him, "Wherewith?" And he said, "I will go forth, and I will be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets." And he said, "Thou shalt persuade him and prevail. Also go forth and do so."
That's kind of what's happening to Esau
Mhm.
and the elites.
Yep.
They actually think that they're gonna be successful. You know.
Yeah, that right there is, when I read that, that's my favorite scripture. That's scary right there. The Lord, like, they're having a council up there.
That shows you how much in control the Lord
Right.
is, and you know, you growing up as a Christian or just you know, to think that you might have heard about church and you hear about good and evil, you know.
Yeah.
But we find out how much in control the Lord is. It's like wow.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it gives you comfort to know that somebody got the will.
Well, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if Satan just down here doing his own thing, running around, we in big trouble, buddy.
Yep. So that's go to show you, Heavenly Father got Satan by the leash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he like he can't do what he want to do. He got to take orders.
That's why he had to present himself with
Right.
with you know the other angels, which you know Michael the archangel had to be there, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, you know.
I could imagine that angel was like, "Hey, I got an idea, Lord. Like, what you got? What you got for me?
Right.
I would be a lying prophet in this prophet mouth. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Go do it. Like you gonna prevail. You know what I'm saying? You know, angel came down and got busy. Like, you know how you did this. You know, put his sleeves up. Yeah, you gonna go to battle. You gonna win. Not knowing you're going there to die.
And that's what you would call nowadays like intrusive thoughts. Certain things that come into your head, you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just like with Saul.
Yep.
When the Lord put the evil spirit on him, it was, you know, David up here getting all the glory. How much more the kingdom? You know what I'm saying? You know,
just like,
you know, he gonna take the kingdom from you.
Just like on a smaller scale, when you go into the streets, what possess a man to go rob a spot, go rob a big kingpin drug, then knowing your ass gonna get killed, and you go, that's Satan in your head telling you, you can get away with it, man. You going, all you gotta do is do this and rob him, and you gonna get away.
Right.
You go do it, nah. You get caught, and then you know you may live for a year or two, then eventually that shit catch up with you, he punch you down and tie you up, and a couple bullets in your head, kill you off your whole family.
Right.
Because that Satan tricked you. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was gonna do that and get away with it.
You know the beautiful thing, Lord willing, we are the elect. We get in the kingdom with the new bodies. That won't happen. We won't ever have no so-called demonic dreams, intrusive thoughts, none of that shit. You know, but that's gonna fuck up with the other nations.
Yeah.
You know, because they're not gonna enter the new covenant because it was never for them.
Right. But if you notice that, that's where Satan works best at. When you down in the dumps at your lowest, he'll start can't say the word right. He'll start the proposition you certain thoughts like, damn, you know the baby hungry and crying, screaming, you need money now. You know you don't like the work, you know what I'm saying? Job ain't gonna cut it, you're gonna get paid 2 weeks later. You need the money now. Just go ahead in your old ways, man. Just go ahead and jump somebody over the head and snatch they pocketbook.
Spirits for vengeance.
You know what I'm saying?
You serial killers, all of that.
Type shit, you know what I mean?
Even more of that when the MOTB come, he gonna be doing that. 3 days past you ain't eat.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna be like, man, Lord ain't gonna, man, you ain't did that. You might as well go down there at that chipping station, put that hand out, unplug you, and go get your sandwich.
That's the ultimate deception.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the ultimate deception. That chipping demon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know, Saint gonna mess with your head. You are not the elect.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? He gonna be talking to your head.
But that's his job.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, but that's why we have the scriptures too.
Yeah.
It's called the Comforter.
Right.
You know,
Right.
See, you see, the Lord let you, he hung you out to dry. You did all that work for all them years and out there in all types of weather, and look, he ain't gonna feed you. See, I told you should have been went out back into the world. You know what I'm saying? Now look at you.
Crazy.
The chip here, your family hungry, you ain't got no lights, no nothing. You ain't gonna see. Man, go get that chip, man. You ain't gonna die. Go ahead and get it. And he may send somebody like one of your jump on the spirit of one of your homeboys, and
Right.
your woman.
Look, I got mine.
Yeah.
I'm eating good.
Yeah, I'm eating
You got
good.
a fridge
Free.
full of food. And what's that thing they was trying to implement? The world allowance. What's that thing where they gonna give you certain amount of money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
matter of fact, let's go into that. Get Rev 13. Spirit. Maybe he wanted to say it so bad. He said, "Yeah, you might have to pay it with your right hand."
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
You trying to throw it in there because you know it's coming to that time. So yeah, like you said, like the apostles them said, he gonna be like, yeah, we've been teaching that the whole time. Yeah, I said that it is a chip. Be like, nah.
Right, man. They'll start backpedaling.
Exactly.
People are already asking questions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, pull up that video. You know, he gonna have that video on deck. Here's this video on this day.
When I said this.
Exactly. See, I told y'all.
Yep, the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast
Matter of fact, just start at 11.
11? All right. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb.
Goes into America, right? And that lamb goes into two parties that are divided. You know, you have what they're getting on a liberal white woman,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the Republicans.
Right.
In the ancient world, you had, I believe it was plebeian and patricians.
Sabians.
Plebeians and patricians,
Yeah,
which were the
patricians.
ancient Roman parties.
Right.
Which shows you that this is Rome, you know, coming back.
That's that Senate house.
Right.
But they got that from Jaffa.
And that's what made,
Yep.
when you read Daniel, it said the fourth beast was diverse from all the other beasts.
Yep.
Because the other kingdoms, or the other beasts, they ruled by a system of monarchy, which
Kings, queens.
is a succession of kings.
Right.
But then when Rome came, they had a Senate where they voted, you know, took counsel to put the Caesar in.
Yeah, I think it was diplomacy, diplomats. They started a diplomatic diplomacy.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. He spake as a dragon.
So that's that cruel Lord. That's what he's doing right now, speaking as a dragon. You know, which goes into what is deception, draconian laws. You know,
They're doing. I was watching last night. They were showing an old video of Donald Trump when he was young, when he was in his 30s, like 32, 33. Same stuff that he's saying today, he was saying it back then. So that means he's been set up to be at the end, to be the one that's going to usher in the new world order and bring in the end. That's why I said at the last Trump.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Well, that goes into the whole the Simpsons predictions. They were saying they pretty accurate, so yeah, they showed shit about him, like you said, from back in the day, came to pass.
And Trump means deceiver too. When you go up in his name now, when you go into etymology,
Yeah.
it means deceiver.
the MAGA goes into like witchcraft or serpent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he had exercised all the power of the first beast.
Which goes into what? The Roman Empire. Which is why a lot of these laws, stuff, things of that nature, is written in Latin. I believe on the dollar, the numbers are in Latin, but it equals up to 1776. You know?
And he had exercised all the power of the first beast before him. He caused it the earth. And them which dwell therein, to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
And it was that goes back to the time of the so-called Dark Ages. Because what happened during that time, Esau got shit. He got he got chased out. He got put in the Caucasus Mountain, and the Jakes were ruling. But then during the Renaissance, that's when it got healed. You know, so now everybody looking at this man like, you know, like who can take him down?
Right.
Pretty much as if he's God with his military might, his technology,
Yeah.
you know, his science.
The hammer of the earth. Yeah, it's military, mainly.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Right, we can link that up to what? Hiroshima, you know, Nagasaki. You know, well, after that, nobody wanted to fuck with this place.
Right.
You know,
Some G.I. Joe shit. Real American hero.
but that proves he's at his end now, because now the other nations they're saying, you know, like what's it? Let the weak say I'm strong. Now they got nukes. Now they got alliances.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? You know, little side note. I know you posted something about the Masters of the Universe movie, the He-Man movie, and it dawned on me from back then, from that watching that cartoon. You know, we all used to say, "I have the power." When He-Man said, "I have the power," the sword. When he got that sword, it activated his power. So it made me think. I said, "Yo, that was his blessing." So Esau knows, as long as he got that sword, he has the power. So even back in those early 80 cartoons, that was crazy to think that, like, this man was subliminally saying things.
Yep.
You know?
And even that little emblem he got on his chest is representing that German, not the swastika, but the German had that same. It's a
Well,
race.
it's actually a righteous,
Yeah, not the swastika though.
the, what's that thing? It actually goes back to something ancient that is a righteous symbol.
That go back to Elon.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
But it's another one that is on the World War One. When you look at the World War One, the World War One fighter planes.
Okay.
It's that little boom, 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 boom that the Germans had. It's like a little symbol.
Oh, okay, I know that one.
Yeah, and then you see that same symbol.
It kind of look like an eagle.
Yeah. It's
I
like
think.
look like a shield, like
Okay.
twice like a star.
Okay.
But it's like got this.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like the hospital, like the medical.
With the serpent.
Nah, not
and the
that
staff.
one. Nah, it looked like this.
Yeah, just Google it.
Yeah.
But I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But no, even with the swastika though, I'm saying that goes back to, it doesn't mean what it means. The Germans.
Yeah, I know what
took
you're talking
it,
about. Yep.
But it really meant something righteous, if you will. You know, but if it's outside the Bible, it ain't righteous. But you know, but through history,
Yep.
they took things. That's what Esau do. He'll take things and make it his own, and now he's corrupted it. You know.
This. Where is that? Just. There we go. You see that right there?
Blow it up.
Somebody try to blow it up. It just.
Picture.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably just pull it out, draw it out.
Go to another picture. 'Cause just it right there. You see that right here?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
on-
yeah. It
that's
looks like a cross.
Yup. The cross thing. See, that's what He-Man got on his chest. You know what I'm saying?
The Red Cross.
Yup.
That kind of looks like the Knights Templar
Yeah.
Yeah.
cross too.
Mhm. In verse 12, the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 12, he had exercised all the power of the first beast before him and
What
caused
goes
it
it to what? The Roman Empire.
Yeah.
and great, and he doeth great
No,
wonder.
you was in 12.
Oh yeah, 12. He caused the earth, and them which dwell therein, to worship the first beast, whose so deadly wound was healed.
When that happened during the time of the Renaissance. You know, and if you look at where NATO and EU are now, it's pretty much where the ancient Roman Empire set.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles.
And even with his Neuralink technology, things of that nature, he has it to where people that they may not be able to see, but if you take this implant that gives you sight, you can move things with your brain, things of that nature.
Right.
It shows that movie Upgrade. They put him, and he got set up to be an accident, so they could put that chip in him, so they could be experimenting on him. But in that movie, it showed you he was paralyzed from the waist down. His mom had to take care of him. He couldn't do shit. He was all depressed.
Yeah.
Then when they gave him the implant, he was able to move. He knew how to, fight real well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From the power of that chip, which goes into different miracles. That's why I
Right.
call the movie The Upgrade.
But then ultimately, the chip took over his conscious way of thinking, his thoughts. So he wasn't able to control it no more. It took over, and that's what that chip gonna do. You know what I'm saying? When the mass party happened, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the people no more controlling themselves and their actions, their thoughts.
It shows you that shit got like spirit on it.
Right. Right.
Now, see, that's how you know it's coming now, because you got Kim Kardashian. She gonna be the first celebrity to get the Neuralink, because she said her I guess
Something
wrong with her brain.
right.
But I think
There's been something wrong with it.
yeah, because she gonna take that test to be a lawyer. So she said certain things she can't remember or something shit. So she gonna take the Neuralink to help her remember and be smarter, I guess. But that's just all. She ain't dumb, because she wouldn't be rich if she was dumb. They using her as to get people to go to want to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
What they gonna use these celebrities, rappers, musicians?
Yeah.
They gonna use them.
No, I agree. She dumb, but they're using her celebrity to do it because she really is known for nothing. Her father amassed all that wealth because he was a lawyer. He did the OJ.
Yeah.
So she just inherited the money. There's plenty of Edomites that's dumb as the box.
I know what
you're saying though.
Yeah, I'm not trying to I'm just saying they're gonna try to use her to trick people or say it makes me smarter. It makes
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna be used. They're gonna use athletes too. They got
Yeah.
LeBron James, Steph Curry. You know.
Yeah. Trying to get people to go want to get it.
Yeah.
And,
They're gonna make it look cool. And,
Cool.
and Jake, the way the type of power Jake got, he can make. You know what I mean? It's just the spirit the Lord gave us. Like the whole nation, they follow Jake's style. Like you go to Japan, there's a Chicano culture where a lot of those Japanese they follow
The
and
low
dress.
riders,
They
the essays, they dress like them. They fantasy. It's really a fetish.
so people follow after the vibration of the Israelites from Judah on down, mainly Judah, but the other tribes too.
As well, yeah. You got to get in when you fit in. 'Cause I think with a lot of those Ammonites and those Moabites, they kind of relate because they can say I kind of look like them because of the fair skin. Because sometimes you'll look at Asian or something and you don't know if they Hispanic or not. Sometimes you can get that where it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You Mexican or something? Like even with what Bruce Lee, isn't his lineage go back to Issachar? You know what I mean? So you can get in where you fit in when you look at it. Even with some of them Arabs, the Arabs be trying to portray like they Hispanic.
A lot of them do look like Ephraim.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
vice versa.
Yeah.
Especially when Ephraim let his beard grow out.
Yeah.
Verse 14, and to deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had wound by a sword.
Wait, we go start over again? Read a little louder, brother.
Yeah. The book of Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And to deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles
Which goes into his technology. That's how he's gonna sell it to people, to where people are gonna want to get it, but then it's gonna come to a time to where you're gonna get it, or you're gonna be cut off from the system.
Right.
You know.
And then what's gonna happen is buyer's remorse. They're gonna wish they didn't got it.
They're gonna walk with their head down,
Right.
feeling all shame. They're gonna be trying to get pull you into it. Did you get it?
Right, exactly.
Why you didn't get it, home? We think you better than me.
Exactly.
It's the same like 2020.
Yep.
A lot of people who took that shit, they got buyer's remorse if they still alive.
Yeah.
People that took that jump shot, they got you know, I forget how you say it, but they have some where one side of their face was fucked up.
Oh, you talking about the Bell palsy?
They got Bell palsy.
They had the Snoop Dogg droopy face. But
You
that
know?
also, that's gonna show you that they gonna be shamefaced in Esau kingdom and in our kingdom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The 2/3 that take that. So you twofold 2/3.
Yeah. The book
No.
of Revelation chapter 13 verse 14. And deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live.
Which shows you how America is modeled after the ancient Roman Empire. Keep going.
Verse 15. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Yeah, Nate, the way Nate breaks that down, he's saying that that's talking about the image of Caesar Borgia.
Yeah.
Pretty much like when you watch a movie like Passion of the Christ, that's how the image has life. Which is talking about how said America is you know, it's made in the image of Rome. He's pretty much giving life to it.
Right.
You know, to where you have to follow this man's system. That's how he's making it. He can't, you know.
He resurrected, Rome and resurrected again, reincarnated. And it came back even powerful, you know what I'm saying, than the first beast. Now you got technology now, you know.
Yeah, the image of Caesar, that's not talking about, that's not the image of that's Esau covering the faces of the judges.
Yeah.
That's why it says in Maccabees, he opened the book of the law and sought to paint his likeness, you know.
But that's not, and it's going further. He's not just trying to make America great again. He's trying to make Edomites great again. Just like when they first came on the scene with Alexander the Freak.
Which was the beginning of Esau's having a kingdom.
Exactly.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Pretty much, if you don't want to take that, you're going to be cut off from society, which is killing you.
Yeah.
It says, there's a scripture in Sirach, it says, he that taketh his neighbor's wages killeth him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so, you know.
He's on that Benny Siegel state property. Get down or lay down. Either you're going to get down with the program or we're going to lay you down permanently, kill you.
And he causeth all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
So that means everyone. Because you're going to have the super rich, the elites, you know.
Ultra rich.
They all going to be getting it.
Yep.
To receive a mark in their right hand.
And that's actually a physical mark. You look up the definition of that word, it goes into charagma, you know.
And verse 16, and he causeth all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
And you can say, well, it doesn't say left hand, but just don't get it. Don't be simple.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's what Jake said. How long will you love simplicity?
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
just don't do this shit, man.
Don't even get in your butt cheek.
type shit.
You know?
Your left butt
You know,
cheek.
Your Honor.
Yep.
But no, just like Jacob say, well, it don't say Christmas, but it clearly shows you that it's a pagan ritual-based holiday.
See, Jake
It tells you cutting out he that cut a tree out of the forest.
Yeah.
You don't have to say Christmas. Smart dummy.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'll be hating.
You know
I'll be
what I
hating
mean?
when Jake be like, where it says this at, and like it's going to say. I said, damn, you just showed that you a dumbass.
Exactly.
It's not going to say what you say. They didn't use our type of language when they sing these times. Yeah, you know, they didn't realize what they were saying. They was comparing what was an innate time. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, the Lord, he hid things in dark sayings and parables. So everybody wouldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because if it clearly said Christmas, then people would be like, oh shit, it say don't celebrate Christmas. I better not. But it's faith-based. Everything is not going to be written out. What 50 Cent say, damn, do I got to spell it out for you, nigga? You know what I'm saying? I got to spell it, you know, use your imagination.
Some people like that's the spirit, because I know a person around my job, he got the Lord gonna destroy that dude. He don't have no imagination, no faith, no nothing.
Right.
He's faithless and imagination is
Well, shit, he's destined then to fucking die here.
Yeah, because he took the shot.
Yeah.
Well, that one dude, he said, I feel like I lost my faith after he took that shit.
I think he was in what, ISBK?
No, IUIC.
IUIC, yeah, see? You got brothers in the know, but they don't know because Nate ain't telling them.
Because Nate
Shit.
told him to take it. Then you got
Right.
Rihanna, this nigga, he literally say, I know the white man's the devil. You go ahead and take it.
Yo, I heard that, I stopped watching. That's all right. Fucking with these niggas. I like
So
these
they go-
niggas is agents.
Right.
They gonna do the same thing when this come out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what that sound like? That sound like one of them snake oil commercials. Yeah, I know that the white man the devil. Just go down and take it. Then he's smiling, his gold
Right.
teeth shine.
Shine,
Cling.
What really made me stop on with them when he said, "The Lord ain't gonna kill you because you take a chip. You gotta
Right.
feed your family."
That's crazy.
And when he said, I was like, "Yeah."
Right.
He thought I ain't messing with these
That's
dudes.
a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Devil.
That's something the demon would tell you.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And that no man might buy or sell, said, wait, the book of Revelation chapter 13 verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the name of the beast.
And this one of the major prophecies that we're waiting for. It said Habakkuk at the end it shall speak and not lie. It's speaking.
Yep.
You know? So this is, you know,
Yeah.
and you have a lot of Israelites that are not talking about this. This is
Yeah.
one of the most major prophecies to look for right now.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
really, like you said, it's jumping off the pages. It's so clear as day. It's like it's impossible to ignore it anymore. You know.
Name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him that understand count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 603 scores and six.
Then when you look up that in the blue letter, that goes into stigma, which goes into, you know, like something being poked in you. You know what I'm saying?
And also too, that's the numerical code for any barcode that gets scanned. I think that's the basis of it, the 666. You know?
That was it.
Yeah,
Let's
that
end
was
it
it.
off Rev 20.
Okay.
Rev 20 and 4, I believe.
I got a precept too.
Oh, good.
I wanted to bring something out because it was something that Donald Trump did either yesterday or today, but because he was talking shit about the Allies veterans. He was saying that they didn't participate with sending their young men and women over to war.
Yeah.
He was boasting that America had sacrificed the most.
Yeah.
But it was a big pushback. He received a lot of flack from the different kings of the United Nations. They was talking shit. That was very disrespectful. It was disgraceful. And
But that goes in him being more stout than his fellow.
Exactly.
And it also goes into him being greatly despised amongst the nations too. To where their own allies gonna hate him, which they already do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're realizing that this motherfucker's a problem. Like he's actually a burden.
Right.
You know.
But it's coming out more to the forefront now. You know what I'm saying? But what they don't realize is that he's not in control. The 1% is. They're making him do it. He just like they've always said, the president is a puppet. He's doing a job. He's told to do certain things. He's not doing it.
He might not want to do it, but
Exactly.
But he got to.
He got to.
Because they're gonna take him out.
Yeah, and that's a lot of that Freemason shit that they sign up for to be president. But this is something I just saw because last week we was talking about Absalom, how he was trying to go against David.
Yeah.
And but Absalom got killed by one of David's war parties. I think it was Joab.
Go out.
So, but this is what Donald Trump need to take heed of, right? This is 2 Samuel 19. I'll just jump to it. And 5. And Joab came into the house to the king and said, "Thou hast shamed this day," because he was crying about Absalom being killed. And it says, "Thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants," which is going into the United Nations, all his fellow allies, right? "Which this day have saved thy life." See, America forgetting that them allies have came and helped America. "And the lives of thy sons and of thy daughters, and the lives of thy wives, and the lives of thy concubines. Okay, this is the point. And that thou lovest thine enemies and hatest thy friends. For thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither princes nor servants. For this day I perceive that if Absalom had lived and all we had died this day, then it had pleased thee well. Now this is going into Donald Trump's cabinet, his advisors. They need to be telling them something, because Joab was telling King David about himself. So you never too high to receive counsel. His advisors is not. We know the Lord's doing it, but this is a point that I kind of gathered from it, and it makes sense. And it said, and Joab was telling them, he says, now, therefore arise, go forth and speak comfortably unto thy servants, for I swear by the Lord Yahweh, if thou go not forth, there will not tarry one with thee this night. And that's his UN allies. Yeah. And that will be worse unto thee than all the evil that befell thee from thy youth until now. So basically that was the point. But that's Donald Trump's dumbass. He's out here making a jackass out of himself, thinking he's doing, what he want to do. He's not taking counsel.
What scripture when it said that your mother should be displeased with you? That your mother that bear you?
Right.
I believe that's in Isaiah.
Isaiah.
And Jacob used to say that in the world, remember?
Yep.
Your mama don't love you. That's why your mama don't love you. You should get what, brother? Revelation?
Oh, yeah, we ended off 20 and 4.
Mother that bear you.
Yep, Jeremiah 50 and 12. I think that's it.
Jeremiah 50 and 12.
Yep.
Yep, yeah. Yep. The book of Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because hold on, let me finish that. Because the wrath of the Lord shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her, all her plagues. But yourselves is in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, and spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. That's going into Britain, all them Edomite, countries, man. Because, USA came out of Britain, you know what I'm saying? So that's why. Yep. So your mom is going to turn on you and discipline you, how they say it. I brought you in is where I could take you out.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, America is still under the lapel, if you will, of the UK. They still have some form of control of, they can make some shit shake here in America.
Cause they basically telling Trump, so you don't got too big for your britches.
Right.
We want who gave you power. Like, what are you doing? You turning against us, you gonna put terrors up on us?
Right.
Oh no, we gotta take you out here. You causing trouble, you losing out here.
Yeah. It's beautiful to see though, brothers. I mean, it brings me joy, man, when I see this man make a jackass out of himself by insulting his fellow constituents, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good for you. Keep it going, Esau. Keep it going. Keep it going, DJ. Go DJ.
Orange, Agent Orange.
Agent
Orange. That's Nero back in the spirit, man.
God.
That's Nero. That's good old Nero.
God. So Revelation now?
Yep, we'll end it off that.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
That's the elect. Because remember in Matthew, Peter said, we have left everything and followed you. He said, what are we going to get for that? The Lord said, you shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
God.
And you're going to get, whatever you lost, I'm going to give you 100-fold.
Exactly.
You lost your wife, I'm going to give you 100-fold. Your land, whatever.
God.
God.
And it also tells you that he said, I go and prepare a place for you. And my Father's house is many mansions. So it's already a given. It's already allotted.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Just like on this side, we had a lot. He was going to give us the land. You know, in the beginning, that the tribe of Judah will have this portion of Israel, the land mass. Tribe of Benjamin will have this. Levi, you know, will have this. It's an inheritance.
Plus, too, like the satellites that wander out, like the James telescopes and all those satellites that wander out, finding new other planets. That's you know, they got
Galaxies.
Galaxies,
Yeah.
and they said they got life on there, they got vegetation on there.
Right.
So those must be the planets too. He said, we're gonna prepare a place for you too.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna be on those planets.
And then we're gonna have chariots, so we're gonna be able to go into other planets.
Kind.
You seen the new video, that AI video that Brother Ishar made?
Oh, that was nice. Yeah, that was beautiful.
That's going.
That was a movie.
Yep.
That was a
movie.
little snippet of a nice movie there, man.
They're showing us flying in different, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, using the chariot, we were
Yeah.
flying out the galaxies.
Yeah,
We
that
sitting on
was
the
dope.
space station outside of the Earth, like,
Yeah.
and he's like, yo, set the coordinates to this,
Yeah,
this, that. Yo, we
right.
gonna be, we gonna
Right.
be Star Wars out this motherfucker. We gonna be Star
Right.
Trek.
And that's just on the level if we want to do that.
Yup.
Because we can still teleport ourselves places. The angels do it.
Yep.
Come down to Jacob's ladder. They don't have to use
The
the vessels, the ships. But it's just, you know, whatever brothers want. Whatever you can imagine.
It's just like now,
Yeah.
on the lower level, like,
Yeah.
you got a car, some people just choose to take the bus to go to work.
Right. It's too much of a hassle to fight through traffic.
Traffic,
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put so many miles on it. You know, it's a preference.
Preference, yep.
Exactly. And it reads, I'll go start up. This is Revelation 20:4, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
Which that's the saints. It says the saints shall take the kingdom and possess it forever, even forever and ever.
And it reads, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded.
Which shows you to what? If you don't want to worship the beast and his
Right.
martyr,
Guillotines,
you gotta die.
the martyrs.
Which is actually a blessing, because the Lord said, he that save his life shall lose it.
Right.
But he that loses life for my sake, you're gonna gain everything.
Right.
You know?
And also too, it says, he that dieth for Yahweh shall rise first. So you're gonna be the first one rising up.
Plus, you're gonna give you the spirit to go through that
Right.
guillotine, because you know, because 2/3 they ain't gonna have that spirit to go through.
Hell
that.
nah.
They gonna be like, they gonna fold like, y'all take you,
Hell
like,
yeah.
because they don't have that faith.
It goes back to what you just say. He that shall save his life shall lose it, and he that shall lose it shall. So we already want to leave here, man.
Yep.
We been last year.
That's a big part of the reason why the Lord put hell on us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
He give you infirmities in the body, you know. He probably give you, a certain body that you don't look pretty nice looking. You hate
Right.
yourself, so that's what you say. They hate not, they love not their life to death. So when you come to that situation, you're gonna be already like, man,
I've been checked out.
No, I'm been left, man. I don't like. I'm sick in the body.
Right.
And I'm messed up out here, man. I ain't living the way I'm sad all the time. You think I care about little, give me a little chip and then I want to eat and die. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm tired of living already. You know what I'm saying?
And what's crazier too, there's Jakes in the world that feel this way, but they just don't got the answers. The Lord is extras. The Lord just got them here. They gonna die here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For whatever sins they may have committed in their past life, their fathers may have committed. So it's just judgment ultimately.
Right.
You know. So it's 2-time losers too. For Jake too, not just Esau. You know what I'm saying? You can come back and be jacked up for some shit you did. We don't know. We could potentially get jacked up if we not of the elect.
Yep.
We get jacked up now, you know, through different little adversities and shit, but you don't know. You don't know. You could be born fucked up or you could leave this bitch fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's gonna happen to you. That's why you gotta be humble. That's why you just gotta, ask for mercy, man, because you don't know what you did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So tread lightly, right? And it reads, for the witness of Yahweh, them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
Which that 1,000 years is just one day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it says one day. You know, 1,000 years with 1,000 years down here. That's only like one day
Right.
to the Most High. You know
Right.
what I mean, like we're in the year 2026. You know, if we were to go to 3026, that's 1,000 years, right?
Right.
The Lord, that'll only be one day.
Yeah.
So 1,000 years in the kingdom, that's what it's talking about, just one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's not just gonna be 1,000, it's gonna be all eternity.
Kind.
A never ending kingdom.
Yeah, because when you read further, it's going into explaining it. Okay? Because verse 5 says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
And that goes into who? That's our people coming back.
Kind.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, all Israel shall be saved. So they're going to come back. They're going to be good.
Kind.
Even the other nations who are in Esau, they're going to be given land and their lot.
For that 1,000 years of slavery.
Things of that nature.
Yeah.
So they're going to be okay too. But Esau, he gonna have it the hardest.
Yeah.
Esau gonna be in the pit for that 1,000 years. He ain't gonna be able to roam around like how we did in slavery. He was able to, roam around.
Well,
Like how
we couldn't even really roam around.
Yeah,
we was stuck on plantations.
We were stuck on plantation, but we was able to in that plantation we was able
to move around, function. Yeah. Go to your slave quarters, cabins.
Yep. We couldn't leave off the plantation, but we was able to still.
But he's going to live a gruesome, grievous life in the pit. Basically, like you gonna know, boy, that you the base man, you the lowest of the less. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gonna live in squalor.
Every time he get out, he's gonna come to work. He's gonna be working, and once he finish work, going right back in that pit. That's how it's gonna be.
That's his life.
Right? That's gonna be for that long. It's gonna be a long 1,000 years. Cause Lord gonna slow the time down. It's gonna be a long, dragged out 1,000 years. You got to live like that. You know what I'm saying? When you walk down the street, you're gonna have chains on your neck. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have you like a dog. You know. You're gonna be working in the fields, doing whatever we tell you to do. You know, you're just gonna have it harsh, man.
It's gonna be everything they did to us, damn near everything, but times 10.
Yup.
Because we did all that. We walked down the streets in chains, shackled, being shamefaced, laughing stock, laughing the barrel monkey.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That was shameful for a grown man to call another man a boy in front of his son. Come on, man.
Don't the scripture say you see him afar off? I mean, he's gonna be way out in the field working. They ain't gonna be able to, come close to the kingdom.
Because when you go home, now your son looking at you about to buck up, talking about, well, you ain't say to Mr. Johnson.
Well, that's like the movie, The Butler. I don't know if y'all seen that with David Banner. His mom, Mariah Carey, and Forrest Whitaker. He saw, just like he saw his pops, the slave master, come out and just take the mom and have his way with it.
Yeah.
He was looking at the dad like, then the dad had to say something because his son seen it.
Yeah.
And then he shot him.
Yeah. You see how that was? So Esau's been playing on our minds ever since he got, us in his possession. You know what I'm saying? That's a mind job. Because your son, he don't really, a child's mind isn't geared to understand things fully because we had to trim our ways. So we had to bite our tongue just to survive. You see what I'm saying? It was some slave revolts, but what I'm saying, on a large scale, Jake had to, bow down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying in your household, for your own child, even your woman to buck up and say, well, you ain't say that, why should I listen to you? You know what I'm saying?
Especially the black woman, she good for that.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna pop off on me? You ain't pop off on Mr. Master Johnson.
Kicks you in your ass. Butt broke you.
You let him take me in the room and did what he want with me.
Oh yeah, that happened in was that 12 Years a Slave?
12 Years a Slave.
When he got married. And he took his wife, or was that Birth of a Nation?
Birth of a Nation.
The man had just married.
Yo,
and he had his guest over,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Yeah, I want, they got the little drinking on. I want so and so." And they looking like, "Well, he just betrothed. He just married her."
That's what the scriptures say. Thou shalt betroth the wife, and another man shall lay with her. That scripture
No.
shows you the curses like.
They're alive they jumping off the pages, man.
Yep.
You know.
And then now you speed up to now, that spirit that lets you know reincarnation is real, because you got Eve right now to this day. Back then when she was sleeping, the master would take her and rape her. Now she come back again in this lifetime. That's why she got that spirit of cheating on her man, committing adultery, because she's that same spirit that
From the garden.
Even from slavery. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, when he was sleeping with the white man, white man, like you just said, that
Even further back.
when he was marrying her,
And the guy got in her ear.
Yep, that's considered what you call it,
Adultery. Yeah.
right? Because
Speaking to another man.
like how you gonna listen to another man? You gonna listen to me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Yeah.
That goes way back. It's that same spirit.
But it's good.
Yeah, just finishing this part, and it says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection.
Exactly. So with that, we're gonna end it. Lord willing, this has been edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Say shalom.
Shalom. Beautiful.